What are some of the most outstanding moments in your mind or accomplishments that you've achieved with a program that you're specifically proud of?
I would say just to put Exeko on the map was a good achievement, because when we began, people were thinking that we were crazy. Really. First, when we spoke about ID action, critical thinking, philosophy in jail with the guardians who were looking at me and say, "You won't do more than 2 weeks. 2 weeks and you'll be helped." It's now 7 years that we're there, so I'm like, okay, it works. And philosophy works, and this is probably one of the achievements. But right now, probably we are working on a university research right now, and this is something I did want for a long time, to prove our assumption. And we're working with the philosophy of the department of UCAM, and one of the goals is to prove that there is a link, and a strong link, between reinforcement of reasoning and the process of social inclusion for the most marginalized. And if we arrive to prove it theoretically, I think we can go much further. So we are on the last step of the research right now. So it has been a long process to arrive there. So we're happy about that.
What do you like about working with your co-founder, and what's good about that dynamic?
We were foster really the values of the work and the same goals, but on social impact.
Yeah.
So that,
what were your specific intentions in starting up the organization?
Put a structure that would use some ways of private sector. Because we can say anything against the private sectors, but it works.
Yeah.
So how come it works? So if we can take the same way of working, maybe we can bring it for another goal. But also to try to make sense. And in the beginning, our vocabulary was into social and cultural sectors, putting together. What could emerge if we put those two sectors and two economic sectors together? Okay, when we arrive in social sectors with like organization of charity, they all think we are not real because we will take things in our pocket.
Yeah.
And in the private sector, they say, how come you don't want to make profit? And as we answer, like, yes, we do want profit. We want social profit. And it was kind of a fight on both sides. So finally, we decided to just say, okay, let's take a step back. Yeah, but it was pretty, we kind of moved 3 times the structure, the juridic. Now we are even bienfaisant, which are charity.
If you could build on the energy in your organization to grow it in 3 specific ways, what would that look like?
My goal would have to take out the approach that we built for each form of the program. Take out the philosophy of the approach also for another kind of program, specifically in art and intellectual deficiencies, where we have a couple of programs. And the approach that we built for ID action. So all this to take it out to another level.
Did you feel the most excited or involved? I'm sure the entire experience, perhaps, or
every morning when I see my angel just moved out, and I'm like, okay, now, because since the beginning it grows a lot. We began 2 in my apartment, and now we have a 2,000 square feet office, and it's full. So we are kind of every moment we find out some new steps for next year, and we always achieve it since now.
Cool. Well, it sounds like you're just super positive. That's really motivating, and I think that this is going to be awesome.
You need to be.
Yeah.
We have intern politics in Mexico for good and bad news. So any good news, we need to stop everybody work and say it.
Okay.
When it arrives. So everybody light up the energy. But when there is a bad news, we wait in between two other things like normal.
Yeah.
So it passed through, everybody's informed, but
Yeah.
it's not like clever
Yeah.
Yeah.
people dance. But when there is good news, even there's a dance in the
Oh, cool.
in the office, so it helps to be